Welcome to the space where knowledge meets the action. Welcome to the Empowering Show, where we break down the barriers, helping you grow. Financial literacy, speaking truth to the power. Real conversation, changing lives by the hour. We inspire to change, here we challenge the status quo. Sharing tools for building wealth, watching your seeds grow. Empower you to take control of your future. No more living in the past, we're the authors of the sutra. Get ready, get set, let the movement begin. Because empowerment starts now, let the light in. Empowerment starts now. Take control. The Empowerment Network.
Yeah, that's right. You guys know that I truly enjoy this little introduction that my son came up with. Yeah, I don't know if he used AI, but I know that the brother is talented because that introduction is banging, man. I really like it. So, today is Wednesday. We generally have the Empowerment Show that comes on Wednesday. My name is Kendall Stevenson, and welcome to the Empowerment Show. Thank you guys for tuning in. We truly appreciate you being here. As usual, we always look for something that we should be grateful for. Now, I always say when you wake up in the morning, you have to be grateful for that because it takes so much just to get you up in the morning. You don't realize it. The prayers that you got to say it, your heart's got to get to pumping and all kind of things have to happen just for you to wake up in the morning. So that you should be grateful for. And all the things that you have around you because, I live pretty well. I'm pretty decent. So I'm grateful for the way that I live. I didn't always live this way. So the people that don't live like me, I'm grateful that I live this way, and I'm truly hoping that we can bless them with, as they say, with great power comes great responsibility. So I'm here on this platform, so that gives me a responsibility, and I really want to help out the people that I'm talking to. So you can always tune into my or look up my webpage, which is the PAEmpowermentNetwork.com. If you need any assistance with anything locally, we have the NAACP on board. We have Habitat for Humanities on board. We have a lot of different social services on board that you can look at, go right through your fingertips, and they're right there for you. Now, today, I got a real treat for you guys. I got a young lady. I think she's at the door. I see her out the window. So let me bring her on in. Let's just bring her right in. Where's she at? Oh, there she go. Hello, young lady. How are you doing? You doing well? Yeah, I tell everybody at the beginning of the show, we look for something to be grateful for. So I know you got a lot to be grateful for because God has blessed you. So let's see. Let me hear what you have to be grateful for, young lady.
Off the top of my head, I am absolutely grateful for my family. I have a beautiful, supportive, loving where we really actually care about each other. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my health and my mind. That's more than one thing, but
So I got a question. One thing when the last time I spoke to you, I think we got into a little bit of just a little touch on how relationship is. So how is the relationship with you, with your singing, your career, and your relationship? How are you able to juggle that?
Like my marriage?
Yeah. The quick guide,
Yes.
My favorite person in the world.
Who aren't aware, my husband, Brandon Moyer, aka Visual, and we've been married for going on 9 years. But we've been together much longer than that, and we have a great relationship. And I tell people all the time, it's like a match made in heaven because he does photography and videography, and he does it very, very well. And I'm an artist, and so we work together really well. And thankfully, he's part of that beautiful, supportive, loving family I was talking about earlier. Dave has always been super supportive and excited about my artistry and singing. You know, we met in school, and we're both doing exactly what we always was behind the camera, I'm singing for college ed. So we've always known each other, working in our element and our gifts. So that just, it really helps that we both have the backgrounds that we do. We understand the way that each other works, and that's a blessing in and of itself, truly.
I tell you, I got my name on that list for the next trip that he wants to take me on. I'll bring my camera. Have cameras. We'll travel.
Yeah, okay. We'll travel. I already know. I absolutely already know.
So let me ask you, what inspired you to sing from the start, and when did you know you had some talent?
I would say I was always singing, honestly. As cliche as it may sound, I've been singing since I was a little girl. My parents like to tell the story about how they gifted me with this little piano, like this. It was a toy, essentially, a piano, and I just was banging on the thing from a little girl. So from then, I would just be singing, watching TV, and singing on the microphone, on the remote, doing all those things, and I was always very, very shy. I still don't love practicing in front of people, but I was shy. But I started, getting into practice, things like that in school, starting at. So I guess that's when I first realized. Not only do I like to sing, feedback. I think I sound a little good. Maybe there's something there. And from then on, it's just been choir, chorus, band. I play the flute and all those different things for all of my grade school years up until college, and here I am now. What inspired me, it was, I guess, just all of the people that I've looked up to, all of the singers that I love and admire, their artistry and how they, hone their skills and everything like that. I probably liken music to being this very emotional experience. I hold music to such a high regard. It's great for having a great time and all of that, but it's something that connects us. The stories and everything that we tell through songs. So that inspires me to keep singing, making my own songs, creating and writing stories, basically, these short stories.
Here's a little something. So diving into the life of a singer is like wrapping the mysteries behind a favorite song. So what is your favorite song?
Oh, gosh. What was that last one?
Unwrapping the mysteries behind a favorite song. So what is your favorite song? And what would be the mystery behind it?
I'm trying to give you one favorite song. Okay. I'm gonna say that one of my favorite songs, for different reasons. People ask this question a lot, and I often say one of my favorite songs is "The World Is Yours" by Nas. He's one of my absolute favorite rappers. But for the purpose of this show, I'm going to say another favorite song, which is Nights by Frank Ocean. And I love that song for the musicality of it all. Like the way that whoever mixed and mastered, engineered that song, I think it was just absolute perfection. I love the way that the beat switches up in the middle of the song. It just evokes this different emotion when you're listening to it. It's a real sonic. And I find when I kind of know one of my favorite songs, even "Human Nature" by Michael Jackson, another favorite song of mine. It's not even.
They cross all barriers. There's no time. No time is irrelevant. You know, Michael Jackson happens to be one of those people. You can play a Michael Jackson song down in way down in some cave somewhere, where in the deep jungle, and everybody knows who he is.
Everyone knows.
Everyone knows. You go around the world and you go hee hee. Everybody knows Jackson.
Everyone knows. You're not gonna miss out. They know exactly who that is. And you know, I find that even I was watching one of my favorite singers, and she said something. She was saying, you know, like she loves diving into the lyrics of a song. And while that is true, and I completely agree with that, I think there's something so important about the way you interpret the melody and interpret the lyrics of a song that makes it completely your own. Gives people a different experience. With those two songs that I just mentioned, Nights. It's also just about the way you sing it. Like, there's times that I'm sure you can relate when they might not even be saying words. It could just be like them scatting or ad-libbing or something, and you just feel something. And that's what I think about songs. Like, yes, I know all the words, but it's more about how the artist performed it. It's just sonically, it's just
there's people that would say you have an old soul, because people today don't know anything about scatting. You know, you're talking about Scatman Carruthers and so forth, and you know, there's a whole host of brothers that love to scat. You know, so
right.
I'd say my favorite singers that would make me move, I guess, would be the Whispers.
Oh,
and there's a song called Chocolate Girl.
Chocolate Girl.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know that one. I don't know it by name.
Go check it out.
I'm gonna check that out.
So usually, let me ask you, how do you prepare your voice before you start to perform? And what's your warm-up routine like?
Okay. So I have no dairy. I don't like days that I have to sing. So that's a part of it. From the time I wake up. I make sure it's more than the hour before I have to perform. Right? It's a whole kind of like lifestyle that's around it. Good night's sleep before I perform. No dairy that day. Lots of water. And of course, I usually warm up 10 minutes or so, depending on how I'm feeling. Because my body is my instrument, I have to kind of take stock of what's happening, how I feel. Things are a little bit different, or maybe that's whatever. Maybe I warm up a little bit to kind of warm up my voice. Making sure not to kind of overly do it. Staying hydrated. I'm that person who always has a water bottle near me during a performance. I'm taking sips all throughout.
Okay. So, what would you say has been your greatest challenge? Your greatest challenge in performing? And let me ask, how did you handle it?
My greatest challenge.
You're on stage and something happens on stage. Maybe a little stage fright, or you I don't know, you turn into the deer in the headlights, and the audience looks at you like, oh my gosh. So how do you handle those type of situations? There you go. And you said you're shy, so I'm like Michael Jackson. He's shy, but when he got on the stage, you would never know he was shy.
Would not know, exactly. So that it's a weird thing, because yes, I was shy, and yes, I did not like and don't necessarily prefer a bunch of people watching me as I practice, because I'm trying to, work through things. I've never experienced like stage fright, which thank God I haven't. I know that's a real thing, but like once I get on stage, is just something that, I don't know if it's adrenaline. I'm sure it's a combination of a bunch of different things, spirit, all of that. But I would say a challenge that I've had to overcome is getting over the idea of perfectionism and just honing in on the emotion, like making people feel something when you sing. I was trained classical, so I literally have been singing and being trained to sing my entire life. So, and I was so fortunate to have such great teachers all throughout my years in school. So although I was trained classically, and then I studied jazz vocal performance in college, or not although, but because I was trained classically, I was so like intent on like, oh, gotta hit the right note, gotta make sure it's not sharp, not flat, staccato, vibrato, like just all the technique of it all. And that's kind of like the perfectionist of me a little bit. But making that shift to be like, okay, well, you practice, you know your instrument, and you got to trust your instrument, and then just kind of get lost in the music. You know what I mean? Because people don't come there to say like, oh yes, she hit that A sharp perfectly. Yes, you want to be in tune, on key and all of that, but they can't see you to feel something, to have an experience. So I find it's really great when I made that shift to be like, okay, well, trust yourself, think from a place of humanity, passion, and all those things. So that was
All
something.
right. Well, you say you were classically trained. What school did you attend?
So I went to public school all my life. It wasn't some crazy academy. I didn't get accepted. I applied to an Academy of the Performing Arts in high school, but I didn't get accepted. And but I just had great. Yes, indeed. I just had great music. The choral teachers, Mrs. Lindsay and Mrs. Reed, when I was a young girl at elementary school. They were just great teachers. And then, of course, in college, I was trained by Sean Montero. He's an amazing jazz vocalist. But so I'm a big fan of the public school system between Hartford and Granby. They just had great faculty here. And so I was in the region, I was in the select choirs and things like that. So during school we were chorus, of course, but then after school programs with choir, and I was an after school program called CRT Artisan Program with Mrs. Jeanette Bennett, and she was also really great in bringing out the artistry in us, and Joe Young. They had a really great after school program for the artists.
I'm gonna tell you, I listened to. I'll tell you, one of my favorite singers is Aretha Franklin. You were telling me the story about you being classically trained. It just brought back to mind a portion of her life when she went to a concert. She went to a, what do you call it, an opera.
Okay.
And the paparazzi, is that what you call them? The paparazzi are the camera guys. Okay, so he got sick. And this was during the show. The guy lost his voice and everything. And Aretha Franklin actually stepped in and sung the classical opera song. And this was the first time in history that any performer at that theater got a standing ovation.
Wow.
So this is what I mean. You when I say you remind me of her, it's not so much you sound like her. I mean, it's nice that every performer has their own voice. You don't really want to sound like, who did Aretha Franklin sound like? She sound like Aretha Franklin. You know what I mean? Right. So, like I say, there are ways that you remind me of her with your perfection and the way you want to sing, the versatility that you can sing, and just to tell it the truth, you can hold a damn note. I'm so tired of hearing singers out here with the ooh, 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 ooh. They can't hold a note. But people are looking at them like the greatest thing made. But I'm like, you can't even know. It's terrible. So you don't hear that problem, So when you get ready to perform, right? How do you choose what song you're gonna perform? And the song, how does that song resonate with you?
That's a loaded question. Because curating a show or a concert or an appearance or anything I feel it depends on so many different factors. What's the event? Is it a concert? What era am I in? Like, what am I looking? What's the outcome that I want for this particular concert or performance? So considering all of those things go into what songs or what set I create, the occasion of the performance. You know, is it something for the community? Is it about love or you know empowerment or activism? That determines so much, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I go about, you know, kind of curating a set or a performance. And then just saying too, you know, because song choice is so important. It's really, really important. I don't really watch some of the like singing shows. I used to watch a lot of them years ago. American Idol, all of those. And it was always so important. Like people can have great voices, but if you don't choose the right song, it doesn't convey, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
of dynamics or the key or, you know, whatever it might be, head versus chest voice and all these other like technical things. But so it's one thing to consider like, okay, what is the outcome I'm trying to get from this performance? And, you know, what is it that I'm trying to draw? But then also is this, if I consider those things and choose a handful of songs to choose from, then like, is it the right fit for it? Because there's theme, but then there's also, you know, the vibe and, you
Right.
know, maybe the instrumentation you have. Is it this a live band type of thing? Is it a track type of thing? Is it an acapella type of thing? You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's just a lot to consider and work that goes
All
into
right. Gotta ask you a question, and then we gotta take a quick little break, right? So, and you can answer it when you come back on the other side. So,
it. Okay.
what role does your emotion play in your singing? And as you were saying, how do you convey your feelings through your voice? So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a quick little commercial break, and we'll be right back in about a minute. Thank you. All right. That is the Wolf Pack, and they sell sporting apparel. You can look them up on Instagram. They sell for men and they sell for women. So they're right on Instagram, wolfpack.com. And I think you'll like some of the stuff that they have. So we're gonna get back to the show. Hey, there you go. How you doing, young lady?
Hello there.
So before we left, right, but before we left, I did have a question for you, and I wanted to know what role does emotion play when you're singing, and how do you convey that emotion through your voice?
Emotion plays probably the biggest role when I'm singing. Because, as I was saying before, people come to hear music. Yes, for probably they want to hear something good, but they want to feel something. So if I'm just from singing or something like that, it's not gonna be a fruitful. So honestly, when I made that switch, thinking, okay, yes, we've trained and we continue to train and practice and, you know, hone in on our skill, but it's more so about how many people feel. That starts with me feeling first. So choosing a song, thinking about the story that song, I really just kind of deep and think about what I'm singing and what I'm singing. So Cyrus Chestnut met him recently, and he told me, mean what you say and what you mean. And it's true. You know, the songs that I sing, all the different emotions that they create, want to make sure that I can feel it. I can feel it. At least I can feel it. Then I can feel it. I'll hopefully feel something.
You know, it's funny because back in the day, we used to listen to the blues singers and the type of soul that was created from the blues and that type of music, it was based on people's experiences.
Right.
Majority of it, you know, the guys that I listen to the Manhattans, Hal Malvin and the Blue Notes, and those cats like that, the Dells and whatnot. Those songs they sang from the heart, but they
Absolutely.
sung about personal experiences. So is that with you? Is that you're singing from the heart because of your personal experiences and your relationship to the song?
Yeah, it makes it that much better and richer. You know, it's not empty.
So when did you realize that you wanted to be a professional singer?
Mm.
I mean, you're a pro. I mean, let's get it right. You've done enough shows, and you know the difference between an amateur and a professional.
What's the difference?
One gets paid, and the other one don't.
Right. Yes.
All right. When you get on that stage and you sing the way that you sing, somebody puts a coin in your pocket, right?
Right.
All right. You are a professional by all doubt. So when did you realize that you were a professional singer? You know?
When did I realize? You know what? I want to say when I was paid to go overseas to sing. That's when I figured, like, oh man, I guess I'm like doing what I've been dreaming to do. So that was a huge eye opener for me, a very big door opening at that point. And it helped a lot with how I kind of view myself and my artistry.
All right. Can you do me a favor? Just share a story with us, right? Just so everybody can know, right? And to share the story I want you to share is about your first performance.
Oh gosh. One of my first performances. Okay, here we go. So I was in elementary school. We had like a real girl first day, but we were airing on the side. It was like me, one of my best friends, and two other friends. And we had a performance for the talent show during school. And we sang a song. I believe it was a song that we wrote. And we sang it a cappella, and it was good. I mean, I thought it was really great. We had like our harmonies and everything, and just a little bit of choreography. It was nerve-wracking, obviously, but it was cool. It was so great to be a part of it, because other than that, I've never really done girl group efforts. I've never tried to be in a group. I love doing group performances. So we harmonize together and all of that type of stuff. But that particular performance, I want to say that was probably my first like performance, like, oh, I was going to get on stage type of thing. And it just, I remember how that felt. Oh my gosh, we got to practice. We're in the hallway at school rehearsing. It was amazing.
Yeah, you got through it with no problem. But here it is. You know, I kind of miss those groups. Seems like you don't have any more the groups anymore. I kind of miss that harmony that we used to have.
Oh gosh,
it really gave a singer an opportunity to utilize that instrument, that vocal instrument. Like nowadays, I hear a lot of the computer sounds. It's not real. You know, like I tell you, I hear a lot of singers have difficulty holding a note, and you know. So and they're singing to something that's not real, AI music or something that has a rhythm with the time, and it's not real. I mean, I love a good percussion, and I love to hear a good horn. You know, no two horns sound alike. You know, I love to hear that. There's nothing like that. So when I listen to your voice, as I tell you, I like the distinction. You should never have to sound like anyone else. So when I hear people sing, this is what I'm looking for. Can you really sing? You know, without comparing you to someone else that's already great. I like to listen to your potential and watch you grow.
Yeah.
This is
That's
how
so
I get to, how I get to make history, right?
right,
So
right.
listen, can you describe that pivotal moment when your career started to change?
Mm. You know, I'm gonna say it's been recently. There's so many different like eras when you're an artist, and I can imagine in any type of thing, a photographer or whatever it might be, where you realize like, okay, I'm doing a thing, I'm a professional at the thing, I get paid to do it, I love to do it, I love honing my craft, all of that. There's like a switch that goes off when you really kind of step into it and you start taking ownership and authority over where you want your industry to go. And for me, I really feel this in the past year that has taken shape in a way that hasn't happened for me in the past. And like I was saying before, being a technical singer or being an emotive singer, and now being in a motion artist, where it's just like, okay,
Hmm.
you can sing covers and interpret songs that their own and their art and doing that, then being able to take your own songs and perform them and be able to get out of people what you want or you intend hope to get. Like I've been experiencing that the past year in a way that I never have before because I've released um, I released an EP years ago, not on
Well, what
stream.
you need is, I'm a little, I'm an
What's
old
it called?
guy. I'm closer to 70. What the hell is an EP?
Oh, okay. It stands for an extended play. It's not a full
Oh,
album.
okay.
It's just a short, album of like
Yeah.
between 4 to
33, what we call them, 33, 45, so 45,
yes,
I believe.
yes, exactly. So I
I mean,
released
you
that.
got everybody's not into the digital world. Everybody's not as as
This is
talented
true.
as you or technical as you are. I still play a record.
Oh, I love records. We have a record
I'm
player
looking
here.
at Ramsey Lewis right now. I'm getting ready to put on a Ramsey Lewis, and I still do that. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I love, and you know what I love? I love that people are getting back into actual tangible music. They're buying CDs, cassettes, vinyl. Because there's nothing like owning your music. Now we stream everything and you pay a subscription and you get access to the largest catalog of music ever. It's kind of unreal. But when you like that was an experience. Like, people came out with music and it hit the shelves on Friday. And you had to go to the record store and get it. Like building up. You don't get that anymore with music. So I love that people are releasing again on actual things.
I'm more the visual type art type of guy. I like to draw, paint, sketch, all of that, and then do the photography work, right?
Hmm.
So I look at the old album covers
Yeah,
and the artwork
the
that
art.
was done on those album covers was amazing. Some of
Yes.
that was Earth, Wind and Fire. Some of it was just amazing. You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. That was all a part of the experience. And you open the CD or for me, I was CD era. You open up the
Right.
CD and you open up the booklet and it's all the different pictures and the lyrics and everything. I loved all of that. And that like that was the one thing some people had it. Um, it was on iTunes. They used to be able to put the like PDF of what would have been in the CD jacket or something onto iTunes. But then I don't know if they did that. Spotify doesn't. And you can't see the artwork. You have to visit, but there's no full.
Absolutely. So we're not gonna do the hour long. We got to give you a good 45 minutes. I do apologize. Today is our Tuesday, and we do our parlor tricks on Tuesday. So
Ah,
my buddy will be coming in a minute or two. So we have to we're gonna have to cut it a little short. But what I want to do is I want to give you the opportunity to tell me about up and coming. What we got coming up and coming.
oh yes. I have a bunch of great things coming up. Some of them I can't speak on just yet. But I'm super excited about all of the music that we're creating and collaborating on the second half of this year is just going to be pretty crazy. We have a Bass and Voice series on YouTube that is recently released. So that's going to be on YouTube for people to experience. It's just bass and voice for people to really kind of hear the music, hear the roots, which is the bass and just voice. It's something unique that I feel a lot of people don't do a lot, and it's one of my favorite combinations of a duo. So we have that coming up. Lots more music. I did an interview series with my husband, Way Visuals. That's also on YouTube. Just shares a little bit more about me and who I am as an artist, as like an introduction to all of the music that we're preempting. And yeah, I'm just in this very intentional phase of like building the foundation for what I, want my artistry to become and what it is becoming and the impact that I want to make. So we're just behind the scenes working a lot, and I'm excited for people to hear the music. I've put out some teasers for people who are on my mailing list, so they get those like first listens of stuff that's coming out. And
so what is your mailing list? How do people get in contact with you? Where can they look you up?
Yes, they can go on my website, which is just my name. It's www.ajamoye.com. That's spelled AJAM as in Mary, OYE.com. So there I have, links to join the mailing list. You get those first exclusive listens, first updates about upcoming shows and appearances and all those good things, and links to my social media.
Is there a fee?
No, there is no fee. It's free to join the Entourage and just kind of be in the know for all the things that are coming up.
All right. Well, I think I might jump on the train. Choo-choo.
Yes, come on, jump on the van.
Yeah, what do they call it? The Aja train?
The
Is that what it is? Entourage train, right? So
that's right.
Yeah. Let's make sure we get on the right train.
That was very fast.
All right, let's make sure we get on the right train there and be on the right track.
Be on the right track.
All right, so I'm sorry I got to cut you loose because the next show starts in about 15 minutes and I got to get prepared for it.
Of course
we get to talk politics. We get to talk about Trump and all the good stuff that's going on within this administration. Right. The brother that's coming on with me, his name is Ronald Yates. So if you just want to tune in and check out the show, this man is amazing. I mean, he truly is. I've pretty much asked the questions, and he has a lot of the answers to the questions that I asked. So he's been good at it. He's a damn good co-host and a good partner. So I'm glad to have him on my team. Yep, glad to have him on my team.
You guys have a good show.
All right. So what I'm going to do is we're going to disappear and say thank you very much again for coming on. And anytime you want to come back on, young lady, it is up to you. Any time of day, any place, I love to have. Oh, I just wanted to ask, when are you performing again on stage?
Oh, that's part of the thing that I can't yet. Very, very soon. Share with you directly, and maybe we can put it on.
Yeah, share it with me somewhere because my wife she really wants to see you sing. I've been trying to get it accomplished. The timing hasn't been right. The timing just hasn't worked out right for us. But I want her to come and see you sing because she's heard me brag about you so much. So
I know. I'm excited.
All right. So we're going to call this an end. And thank you again for coming on. And good luck with your career.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right, so this is Kendall Stevenson. Thank you again for tuning into the Empowerment Show. Every week, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. You can tune in and check us out. On Tuesdays, we have Politics. So if you decide to tune in, that's at 6 o'clock. That's Stevenson and Yates on Politics. On Mondays, we have Mental Health Mondays with Hope. And that's also at 6 o'clock. We seem to be running this 6 o'clock thing. On Thursday, we have our last show of the week that comes on, which is the Daughters of the Divine Joy, and that's with Miss Diane Butts. Again, you guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Please like and subscribe.
Welcome to the Empowerment Show. When knowledge meets action, yeah. We break down barriers to financial literacy. Speak truth to power, real conversations. Oh, voices that inspire change, challenging the status quo. Tools for building wealth, taking control. Your future starts right now. This is the empire.